Guys, we made it to the end of Epic the Musical, and what a beautiful journey. I just love so much how Jay brought this one home. Like the orchestration, the intimacy, the simplicity of the writing in this final section to contrast all the cinematic things that were happening earlier in this saga. He just brought it home in such a beautiful, special way. I hope you guys enjoy my first time reaction and musical analysis of the final two songs of Epic the Musical. Some beautiful, thick orchestration we have here. We end up in F minor, I believe, but just really nice, pretty fleshed out orchestration here. Bringing our king home after killing everyone that was in the way. But really beautiful strings. Really, really wonderful. Also, this animation is like pretty advanced animation. I don't think we've seen this style before. And I don't know much about animation, but this looks more complicated and more advanced than, a lot of the 2D animation we've seen for this show. This is amazing stuff.
Father? Son. All my life I'd have died to me.
There's something so, one of my favorite combinations in the world. It's something it's amazing. You can have like the biggest, most fleshed out orchestration, and that can make you really emotional. And then you can have acoustic guitar, and that with a good strumming pattern and a good chord progression, that'll just bring tears to my eyes. I don't even have to be lyrics. It's just like I hear an acoustic guitar and I'll just like, and then acoustic guitar plus voice as well. Just a very intimate, beautiful combination. There's a reason that it is used so much in music. It really gets us deep into our core, and we get that here for sure.
I'd have died to meet you. Thought about your name so much it hurts. For 20 years I dreamt of how I'd greet you. Oh, and now you're here. I can't find the words. All my life.
Really, really beautiful. And I love the vocal approach here. It's so intimate and present. Right, talking eye to eye with his father, who he hasn't seen in 20 years, hasn't known him at all. I love that Telemachus is keeping the voice so light and then flipping up into that head voice, which we've heard on very specific occasions throughout the whole show. The vocal delivery plus this guitar is really, really beautiful and touching.
Years I dreamt of how I'd greet you. Oh, and now you're here. I can't find the words. All my life I'd have died to know you. Days and nights I wish that I could show you. For 20 years I never could outgrow you. Oh, and now you're here.
So this repeat of this, we just get the introduction of a choir, a very soft singing choir in the background. Just adding a little bit more foundation, a little bit more, filling out some of that empty space. Generally, if you do a verse, a second verse after a first verse, you want to add something. It doesn't have to be much, but right now, acoustic guitar and voice for the first verse, and then adding that choir just adds something. So we have, different words, but the same vocal line, the very similar vocal delivery, but there's something new. And that's a way to capture the listener further. And of course, advance the story in addition to that.
Days and nights I wish that I could show you. For 20 years I never could outgrow you. Oh, and now you're here. I can't help but wonder what your world must be. If we're like each other, if I have your strength in me. All this time I've wondered if you'd embrace me as your own. 20 years I've wondered, for so long I felt alone.
Telemachus is just a wonderful, sweet summer voice. I believe this is our Telemachus here. Sitting next to Odie, father and son. Just perfect. Just like perfect casting, in my opinion, for this role. And they do sound similar. Like they do sound similar timbrally. So it really does like a father and son thing. Just really, really nice. Really nice. Nothing really, the chord progression changes going into the chorus, but aside from that, nothing really changes. We still have the acoustic guitar, light, intimate singing from Telemachus, and of course the choir in the background. That's all we get so far, and that's all we need so far.
If I have your strength in me, all this time I've wondered if you'd embrace me as your own. 20 years I've wondered, for so long I felt alone.
So these are notes that our Telemachus could be singing. High A flat could for sure be singing that in a chest-connected sound, but it would very likely be too intense, too powerful in terms of like volume. Of course, this is emotionally powerful, but volume powerful for this intimate moment. It wouldn't really make sense if he was belting this at Odysseus right now. So the option to sing it in a light mechanism, a falsetto, a head voice, is really fitting for this moment.
Oh, my son, look how much you've grown. Oh, my boy, sweetest joy I've known. 20 years ago I held you in my arms. How time has flown. Oh.
So now we just have addition of piano in here, adding a little more motion, a little more, and of course they're both very connected via Athena, which is a cool nod there. And yeah, I mean, Jay and our Telemachus, it seems like they have very similar vocal timbres, but Jay's does sound a little bit older. He does sound like there's a little bit more warmth to it, a little bit huskier, a little bit weightier in the sound, whereas Telemachus is a little bit lighter. So the father-son pairing vocally really also just lands really nicely. And of course, this text is so beautiful. This reunion we're seeing, it's incredibly sweet.
20 years ago I held you in my arms. How time has flown. Oh, used to say it'd make the storm clouds cry for you. Used to say it'd capture wind and sky for you. Held you in my arms, prepared to die for you. Oh, how time has flown. I can only.
So Odie getting into this, he does option to a high B flat belt, I believe, when he says prepared to die for you. So that way of singing, that method of singing makes more sense for those lyrics and the way he wants to deliver those lyrics with intensity. There's so much connection between vocal color and text, and if they don't line up, it's really, you don't have to know anything about music to be like, that just didn't like land right. Something about that. Whereas you hear prepared to die for you, the way he's delivering it in that way makes so much sense. We even have an exclamation point at the end of this text here. it really works when those two things line up and work together.
Used to say I'd capture wind and sky for you. Held you in my arms, prepared to die for you. Oh, how time has flown.
Not a high B flat, just kidding. That would be a stretch. High G. That makes more sense for how comfortable it was.
Prepared to die for you. Oh, how time has flown. I can only wonder what your world has been. Things you've had to suffer and the strength you hold within. All I've ever wanted was to reunite with my own. 20 years we've wandered, but today you're not alone.
So it's interesting. We go back to this chorus, and the piano that was there in the verse was gone. So now it's exactly the same as the first chorus as far as the guitar, the choir, and one lead voice. It's interesting to remove an element going into the chorus. That's not something you hear terribly often. Usually it's additive. So piano part removed, Odysseus singing. Beautiful.
Was to reunite with my own. 20 years we've wandered, but today...
There's that specifically chosen moment for the falsetto. Starting on that high A flat, which we know is an absolute money note for Jay belting, but it doesn't make sense right here.
Unite with my own. 20 years we've wandered, but today you're not alone. My son, I'm finally home.
Wow, it's animation though.
Father, how I've longed to see you. To lay my cross. I'm home.
Oh, beautiful. Love hearing their voices together. Also, this is really cool. Sometimes you'll see this in shows where characters have been apart for a long time and they come together, and before they embrace, there's like a long moment of just like looking at each other and like taking it in, and then they go. And that makes it so much more powerful than if they just rushed in immediately. And I feel like this is represented nicely here. It's like they're singing to each other, catching up, looking into each other's eyes, and then eventually, after a couple minutes, there's this really deep, beautiful embrace. Nice, just lovely two-part harmony.
Go.
Oh, look at them hugging here.
I'll be there in a moment. Of course.
So sweet.
Show yourself. I know you're watching me. Show yourself.
Whoa, is this the same song? Oh.
You were never one for hellos.
I can't help but wonder what this world could be if we all held each other with a bit more empathy. I can't help but feel like I led you astray. What if there's a world where we don't have to live this way?
Tegan sounding wonderful as always. The perfect Athena. I love that we've heard this orchestral motif before, both the chords and how it's delivered, but I love this pulse. Yeah. Yeah. And so we get space between the chords, which makes each chord a little more powerful. This pulsing mechanism here. So part of the line is vocal plus orchestra, and the orchestra's gone, and the end of the line can just be vocal. It's really, really nice. It's really cool. And it also, there is a kind of stillness to it where it takes us in a way out of time and space, which makes sense given what's happening here, both animatically and Athena being immortal. It's kind of like we're hovering levitating, like waiting for something to happen, like the time is paused essentially.
Wonder what this world could be if we all held each other with a bit more empathy. I can't help but feel like I led you astray. What if there's a world where we don't have to live this way?
If that world exists, it's far away from here. It's one I'll have to miss, for it's far beyond my years. You might live forever, so you can make it be. But I've got one endeavor. There's a girl I have to see.
We're back to acoustic guitar, voice, piano. Beautiful, stunning, and then Jay's voice delivered so intimately and soft in this moment. It's really, really beautiful. Just really beautiful. And the text as well, and the animation. It really is all coming together.
I'll have to miss, for it's far beyond my years. You might live forever, so you can make it be. But I've got one endeavor. There's a girl I have to see.
And again, nothing complicated happening musically, nothing complicated happening with the chord structure, with the orchestration, nothing. It's just beautiful in its simplicity. And that really is all you need sometimes to make something really powerful, is don't try to overdo it. Don't try to throw a million elements in there. If piano, guitar, voice does it, then use piano, guitar, voice. If you need a full orchestra, like I've been doing these videos for Wicked, like next level genius composition, first of all. And those moments with the full orchestra and the chimes and these monstrous brass sections, like that's what that piece needs. And it's absolutely incredible. And sometimes all you need is piano, voice, and guitar.
Very well.
From Zeus?
Father, she's waiting for you.
Woo! Woo! Yeah, okay. All right. Last song. Last song of Epic. Here we go. I need water, coffee. Got to get locked in. All right. This is the it. This is the it. This is the end. This is it. This is the end. What a journey it's been. Let's see how it finishes up.
Penelope,
Is it you? Have my prayers been answered? Is it really you standing there? Or am I dreaming once more? You look different. Your eyes look tired. Your frame is lighter. Your smile torn.
So beautiful, so simple. I also love the moment before he walks in. There's this like build up that you can feel his anticipation, where it does both feel positive and nervous. Apprehension, you might call it. I believe the definition of that is excited with like nervousness involved. Because of course he's been desperate to see Penelope for 20 years, but also like, how's that going to go? So you feel the love and you feel the nervousness in the way Jay's written this moment. Right? It's both those things.
Is it you? Have my prayers been answered? Is it really you standing there? Or am I dreaming once more?
And just harp. I mean, just harp and voice. Again, I think something this saga has done really well is using the simplicity, is using like 3 or fewer elements in the song to maximize its power. With the Suitors, we had it. It was like solo cello, some drums, voice, and that was all we needed for that. And with this one right now, just harp and voice. Or for the last song, acoustic guitar and voice. And like so much of Epic has been big writing with big drums and big electronics and some orchestra and brass thrown in there. So it's cool that as we end the story, it seems like things are simplified more. Now, some of the songs earlier in this saga were just as intense as anything we've heard, but as far as how many elements were involved, it was much fewer for the most part, which is interesting. It's like more efficient writing almost.
You look different. Your eyes look tired. Your frame is lighter. Your smile torn. Is it really you, my love?
I am not the man you fell in love with. I am not the man you once adored. I am not your kind and gentle husband. And I am not the love you knew before.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. We actually never get the 1 chord. We get 6 minor, 5 major, 4 major. We never get that F sharp major as 1. We get 6-5-4, 6-5-4, 6-5-4, 6-5-4, which is pretty cool. Again, that I think adding to the suspense. We don't get like that resolution harmonically, which again makes sense. We don't know how this interaction is going to shake out yet, or they don't.
Your kind and gentle husband, and I am not the love you knew before.
Oh, that last one's different actually.
And I am not the love you knew before.
Then it goes to the 5 there. And then we'll probably go to the 1 on that next chord. So 6-5-4, 6-5-4, 6-5-4, then maybe 2-5.
And I am not the love you knew before.
Or just an inversion.
Would you fall in love with me again if you knew all I've done? The things I cannot change. Would you love me all the same?
Oh.
I know that you've been waiting
Nice.
for love.
Yeah, bringing some of those motifs back, really lovely. There was 1 chord progression I really enjoyed. Also, again, using that pleading falsetto we've heard, really sparingly and with choice throughout this series. When to use that falsetto, this is a great moment for it. Keeping it really light, intimate, pleading, right? Just wants his wife back. He's finally home, but again, he doesn't know how it's going to go at this point. There's one really nice chord progression that wasn't unusual. We get a lot of standard chord progressions throughout all of Epic. So when an unusual one happens, it always catches my ear. And there was a movement, at least in the bass line, that was unusual here.
Things I cannot change. Would you love me all the same?
I think it goes, yeah. We get that movement there, the A, B flat to B natural, which in F is going to be a raised 4.
Things I cannot change. Would you love me all the same? I know that
Nice.
you've been waiting for love.
Are we... D minor, F major.
Waiting for love.
What kinds of things did you do
as I traded
We got the ruthlessness motif in a trumpet happening. We're probably about to get a lot of motifs, aren't we?
on every eye.
Ruthlessness is mercy upon us.
As I traded friends like objects I could use. Hurt more
Oh, what's that one? Thunderbringer. Yeah, okay.
objects I could use.
In strings, violin and cello, most likely.
Friends like objects I could use.
Thunderbringer.
Hurt more lives than I can count on my hands. But
Na. What is that? It's been so long. I haven't heard most of them in a long time. Keep your friends close. Give me a shout out. Remember, I've heard most of these songs one time, months and months and months ago.
and I can count on my hands. But all of that was to bring me back to you. So tell me, would you fall in love with me again if you knew all I've done, the things I can't undo? I am not the man you knew. I know that you've been waiting.
If that's true.
I love the repeat of this material. Is at first it was pleading in that head voice falsetto, and now it's got a more desperation behind it, so he's singing it all in chest voice. So we're getting these beautiful high A belts, which is Jay's money zone, all in that connected chest voice. So it's a totally different feeling than the first time we heard that musically.
I know that you've been waiting.
If that's true, could you do me a favor? Just a moment of labor that would bring me some peace. See that wedding bed, could you carry it over? Lift it high on your shoulders and take it far away from here.
How could you say this? I had built that wedding bed with my blood and sweat. Carved it into the olive tree where we first met. A symbol of our love everlasting. Do you realize what you have asked me? The only way to move it is to cut it from its roots.
Wow. Okay, so she's get rid of the wedding bed. I assume this is from the story. Haven't gotten there yet. And this is not so happy to hear this. Our dear Odie, not so happy to hear this. Again, that's what I was saying going into this interaction. Like, you can plead all you want, but he's still been gone 20 years, right? She has still put up with 2 decades of chaos at the palace. Maybe not so quick to forgive, right? Which is very understandable. All right. See how this shakes down.
First met, a symbol of our love everlasting. Do you realize what you have asked me? The only way to move.
Rock guitar comes back. Getting angry.
Do you realize what you have asked me? The only way to move it is to cut it from its roots.
Drums back.
Only my husband knew that, so I guess that makes it you.
Oh. A test. Also, wonderful belting from Anna here. Like way up there.
Roots.
Only my husband knew that, so I guess that makes it you.
High E, E5 on U, which is not an easy vowel to belt, but very chest connected, very yelly, intense, all the way up to that E5. And I guess it was a test. Very clever. Clever girl.
I guess that makes
Penelope.
I will fall in love with you over and over again. I don't care how or when, no matter how long it's been, you're mine. Don't tell me you're not the same person. You're always my husband, and I've been waiting, waiting,
Penelope. Penelope.
For you.
It's just a stunning progression of her, like, reminding him how much she loves him and that she was never going to abandon or forsake him no matter how long he was gone. Just the wonderful chords, the vocals building all the way up to, again, a huge belt on that high E, really yell-like quality, really intense, even a little bit of edge in that sound. And then Odie responding, just saying, Penelope, Penelope. Really, really beautiful. And I also love the simplicity right here at the end. Instead of the for you being a big belt and intense moment, for you, it's just right there, right to his face, right up close. Get this the last bit of this belting. Yeah.
For you.
Just a man. Beautiful section. We know that theme. We've fallen in love with that theme over the course of the period of this whole show. It's absolutely stunning. Beautiful. Absolutely love it. And we also get the Athena piano motif. Lovely as well. Just totally filling it out. Bringing us home, baby. Bringing us home.
How long has it been?
20 years. I love you.
Oh. Oh. Bravo. Bravi tutti.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's like the musical!
Amazing. Really, really beautiful, touching ending. I mean, to go from the intensity of him chopping everyone's heads off to this beautiful moment, this like incredibly intimate, loving moment, we get a lot of amazing contrast and dynamics in this final saga. Maybe my favorite one. Cersei was my other favorite saga. This one is very good. I feel Jay's skills as a singer and a writer improving throughout the whole series. And this feels like it really brought it home. It was like the right amount of elements to use, the right amount of intensity and vocal acting in certain places. Just nailed it. Really nailed this ending. So, hey, we're done. We're done with Epic the Musical. What a journey. What a journey. I think something like 12 to 15 hours of analysis to get through it. Awesome. Guys, I hope you enjoyed. I hope you have enjoyed this journey. What a pleasure it's been. And I am also writing a piece based on a related topic in mythology that hopefully will start releasing in 2026. And I'm working on it with someone from the Epic cast. A little co-writing action. No details yet, but it's huge. Should be probably 35, 40 songs, something similar size to Epic. And it's already way underway. I'm very excited about it. But that's all I'm going to say for now. Guys, thanks for joining, and I will see you for the next big thing. I don't know what it's going to be. Hadestown, Hamilton. Leave recommendations below. Guys, I love you all. Peace.